Welcome back. That last video was kind of eye-opening, wasn't it? We actually received some emails soon after from viewers like you who said that this is a very eye-opening experience and they wished they knew about these tips, tricks, and traps prior to investing in overhyped real estate deals in the past based on numbers that seemed to look good but turned out not to be what they thought they were. In this video, we're going to take 2 more data points and see what kind of quick back-of-the-envelope analysis we can achieve. Now, I want to remind you that this is going to take some practice. So if you're not buzzing through these deals in 90 seconds, please be patient and keep practicing. Now let's get started. All right, welcome back. We are still here talking about part 2 of our video series, mini-series, talking about how to analyze any deal within 90 seconds or less. In the last video, we talked about how we cynically and very carefully look at the differences between the current NOI and the pro forma NOI. Here we're going to show you another trick that a lot of people really lost a lot of money on because they weren't really paying attention to what they were doing. In commercial real estate, a lot of loans, almost 80% of them, are what we call conduit loans, CMBS loans, and they're assumable, which means that you can go in and assume them. And we actually have some tricks and strategies that we use to do that without having to pay very punitive fees that are difficult and prohibitive to get a deal done on and having to qualify through banks to get financing. What we do is we just basically do a little bit of changing around to the beneficiaries of the LLCs. It's very simple. Maybe I can put together a video on that. Anyway, what we're talking about here, what's very important, is how people disguise that the property is over-leveraged. This is people who are sellers or sell-side investment professionals. And really what it comes to, and sometimes lenders as well. Don't think lenders and banks are don't put them on a pedestal. Sometimes they have to do things and they're aggressive and they do things well that they shouldn't be doing in order to move these properties. And if you don't know what you're looking for and you don't have the critical eye and you're not watching these videos, you're going to lose a lot of money. Perhaps your credit, your assets, and maybe even your marriage. We've seen this happen before during the credit bust of 2008, 2009 through 2011. So let's get right to it. Remember before, we're looking at the 5 data points. Nothing's changed here. However, we're looking at the current NOI and the existing debt stack. Now, a lot of times when we're looking at the pro forma NOI, if we're just looking at this, the pro forma NOI will actually look strong enough to cover the existing debt service. Go figure that. However, remember in the last video when we were talking about things, Pam Anderson paid all the bills. However, when you get back to it and you peel the layers of the onion back, guess what happens? You're stuck with the current NOI. And this current NOI, sometimes on many deals, and you have to trust but verify, may not be able to pay the existing debt payments on it. So that's how you tell it's actually over-leveraged. So if you're looking for financing for this, for example, we're going to have to base it off the current NOI, not what the existing debt is. We don't care what the existing debt is. That's not our problem. If we're going to a funding source, such as an opportunistic lender, a hedge fund, a real estate private equity firm, that's what we're going to look at. They're going to want to drive values off of the current NOI. They're going to want to see what the operator or the borrower is going to want to get to, and we call that the pro forma, but they're not going to really take that seriously. However, when you're looking at this, you're not going to see all the times, and this is some of the ledger germane and tomfoolery that happens, is that you're not going to see the current NOI next to the existing debt because they don't want to give you a black eye of the property. Now, instead what they'll do is they'll give you 150, 200-page, 18-megabyte packages that have all this beautiful data on it and maps and demographics, but at the end of the day, we're pre-qualifying these deals and we're analyzing them because when you open up your spigot, the deal flow starts flying in and you need to be smart and use your time. Some of you people are using VAs and interns to go through this. I encourage you to have them watch these videos because it is very critical for you and your success to be able to understand how to pre-qualify these deals. At a time where a lot of commercial foreclosures are going to be happening because there's a lot of maturities that are coming due in the next 5 years, you're going to want to pay special attention to exactly what you're seeing. You're going to want to ask the hard questions. My rule of thumb is never look at any deal until you have all of these 5 data points. If you do not have these 5 data points, get them. If you cannot find them, find the door, walk away from the deal, put it on ice for 30 days, whatever, until you figure out exactly why this person hasn't given you that information. So I want to thank you very much for watching this mini-series here that we've put together. If you have any questions, let us know, and I look forward to working with you in the future.